Howdy everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome to Breaking the Ice with your host, me, Punkwaddle. Well, it's definitely been a bit of a week, right? And I know I say that a lot, but this one just feels a little bit heavier in some ways. Cause, well, we lost some good ones. And so I hope you've got a nice big old pot of coffee and, well, maybe an extra one too to kind of just get yourself back into the motivation and, well, back to the normal swing of things. And I know there's some of you guys out there that are younger that, well, with all the parasocial media and all the influencers and kind of all this, well, you're inundated with so much stimulus, it's hard to keep track of who's who. But, you know, there was a time, and I don't mean to sound like an old fart, but, you know, some of these people that are unfortunately getting older now, the people who really shaped entertainment and spoke to culture and society in ways, right? The last few, like, celebrities of the previous era, we still have some left, but it's always a little weird or uncomfortable when somebody you didn't actually really know necessarily passes, but you feel like you knew him so much because, once again, you know, people like Malcolm Jamal Warner, because we all know what the Cosby Show was, right? I mean, that was really big back when it showed up on the scene, right? And whether you were big into metal or whatnot, everybody's heard of Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, might have had to been hiding under a rock, or maybe you were raised in so sheltered that it took you a long time to figure out who he was. But at some point, right, that guy, Crazy Train, you've heard his stuff. I mean, yeah. And then we have the Hulkster there, who, well, I mean, I wasn't a fan of wrestling as a kid. I didn't really watch anything, but I knew who that guy was, and he had cameos in movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So, it's, like I said, it's one of those things that it feels like instead of losing a family member where you don't expect people to really care or be interested or, maybe come give their condolences and move on with their life, it feels like the impact on society is strangely heavy when we lose somebody that's, well, shaped our values and shaped, our sort of views of society and whatnot. Because it's the same way that, comic books and entertainment and fictional characters have such an impact because of the writing and who they are, right? Because let's face it, I think we learned a lot from our parents, possibly, and the people around us, and maybe teachers. But the TV shows that we gravitated, or the musicians and their songs and the words that spoke to us, right? Let's face it, those people had a hand in raising us too, right? I mean, obviously they didn't, pay the bills or anything, but they definitely spoke things that carried with us, well, even till now. So, yeah. And so, I just want to say that, it's even though you may not understand it, and maybe those people didn't have that significant impact on you that they had on others, I mean, just know that it's more real than you can understand, right? Because I'm sure there's things that, well, you haven't realized the significance of how they've impacted your life, and maybe later the weight will kind of hit, right? So, yeah, that's kind of wanted to say about that. But you know what? I don't want to leave this on a downer. I just want to say that for all of us that are here, living on and moving on, that all those lessons and all those songs and all those moments, they don't disappear with that person, right? We get to carry that with us, and we get to let that still speak to us, and hopefully whether it's on VHS or it's been uploaded onto the internet, we can still go back and watch some really cool, WrestleMania events or concerts live, or, some of the old TV shows that in their time, they really spoke, right? They really captured something that, well, maybe we as society and culture needed to hear then. And some of those truths are timeless that maybe they're worth going back and revisiting now, too, right? So, that's all I got today. I know it's a little bit more somber, but you know what? Sometimes it's breaking the ice, and sometimes it's gathering it all up and putting it into the big old slushy and stirring it up and, well, kicking your feet up and remembering things fondly, because that's a good thing to do too. So, well, let me know what you think, and that's about all I have. So, take care of yourself, and take care of each other, and, well, use the time that you have to enjoy life and appreciate the things that are worthwhile. So, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye!